when we put ourselves into alignment with what we want, when we are focused on what we want in our life, we radiate and actually have that experience in our body of that actual thing. So this can be used on a hugely large scale if we want to have love in our lives. Then what most people that I notice around that might come and see me or some of my friends is that they spend their time moaning about being single. They spend their time thinking that they're not good enough for love, or that they're clearly not worthy, or there's something wrong with them because they don't have love. So what they are radiating is this energy of, I am not good enough, I am not lovable, and therefore, guess what? They can still meet a partner, they can still find a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but they will meet their match. They will meet somebody who equally is like attracts like. So let me just pause on that part there and go back to, if we are feeling like we are in love already, we are oozing that high vibrational feeling. So we're oozing passion, excitement, fun, swelling of the heart. You know, if we can feel that being in love feeling while you're single, then you are more likely to attract an ultimate soulmate. If we are going back to the reverse, when we feel not good enough and not lovable. So people will say, oh, well, all those people have boyfriends or girlfriends. What's wrong with me? Even that person's got a boyfriend. Look at them. If they can get a boyfriend, I can get a boyfriend. And at the end of the day, they can, but like I said, they're matching their vibration. And here's where I want to talk about mirroring a little bit. This is a very misunderstood term. Has anybody heard of mirroring and understand that life is mirroring our reality? So then this is where people go, oh, well, how can I be attracting that negative situation? Here's an easy example. How can I be attracting the abusive partner? How is that a mirror to me? I'm not abusive. Why am I attracting? So there's an abusive part. An easy example is the victim and the narcissist. This is a very common, unfortunately, scenario. Well, what's happening here is the victim in this situation, and just using terms, we'll just use them for the sake of the example. The victim doesn't feel worthy of any beautiful love. They are not necessarily consciously, okay? This is something that they may have planted, and let me say, many people are in this case. Many people don't feel worthy or good enough. It's really sad, and this is why I'm very, 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 very passionate to the point of feeling like crying right now. And they have this, unbeknown to them, lack of self-love. The narcissist, guess what? So do they. You are not mirroring the narcissistic aspect. You're mirroring why they are a narcissistic person. So there is a deep understanding and a connection, and it's difficult to let go of that, because some level there's a connection, because there's a match. There's a match where you understand each other somehow. And it's a very sad story, and it's a very serious story, and it's a very common story. And this is where people misunderstand the mirroring, because it's not as clear as it's coming from the subconscious. You are radiating out of yourself, your subconscious, not your conscious. So you can spend all year doing affirmations and saying that you are worthy and you are good enough, but if that's the equivalent to the ant and not the elephant, you're almost wasting your time. It's not wasting your time totally, but it's a long road to feel better about yourself unless you really kick it up the bum. So does that all make a bit more sense? And when we realize this, clearly we become more compassionate for other people that are in our lives. I've attracted lots of people in my life that I'm like, the heck? And then I think, why did I keep being that friend with that person that nobody else wanted to be friends with, because they could see all their painful sides? Because I could see, I'm thinking of one person in particular at the moment actually, that I could see her beautiful heart through her crap circumstances and her nightmare decisions. I knew she meant well. I knew she wanted to, but she was just covering it up with all the stupid behaviour based on her expectations, on what society had told her she should have in her life. So here's her heart, and then there was all this layers on top of her, so far removed from her true self. And I could see her heart. I like to think that's because I've got a beautiful heart and that's what we're mirroring. And I believe that to be true, because I did actually question this. I thought, why am I even being her friend? This is so painful. And we do attract these things, particularly when we're in the field of caring about each other.